Hi there. So I'm going to start just by addressing a question that a lot of people have when they first hear about the Anxiety Breakthrough Program. And that's really, why does this program actually work? Which is totally legitimate. So the short answer is that it's designed to go beyond just managing anxiety symptoms because most anxiety solutions focus on coping strategies. So these are things like deep breathing, mindfulness exercises, and medication. And while these can help in the moment, they rarely address the underlying patterns that create anxiety in the first place. The Anxiety Breakthrough Program works because it's based on dismantling the root causes of anxiety itself, what I call the anxiety template. And this template is a set of deeply ingrained behaviors and reactions that have built up over years, often starting early in our childhood. So, for example, if you grew up tying your self worth to accomplishments, anxiety became your brain's way of keeping you, quote unquote, on track. Our work together is about rewiring those patterns, not just putting a band aid over them. So, how can you actually dismantle anxiety without just relying on willpower alone and just pushing through it? One of the most transformative ideas in the Anxiety Breakthrough Program is that anxiety isn't something that you have to fight. Willpower really is a limited resource, and frankly, anxiety thrives on that kind of resistance. So, the harder that you push it away, the stronger it gets. Instead, the program teaches you how to create space from anxiety. This means learning how to step back and observe it rather than being swept away by it. So, I guide you through practical tools to disengage from your inner critic, often the loudest voice that's feeding your anxiety. We also address the emotional energy underlying the anxiety itself. So, many of us bury feelings like sadness, anger, or fear because they feel overwhelming or even shameful at times. But the truth is, avoiding these emotions only gives them more power. So, through guided exercises, teachings, and instruction, we tap into that and release that emotional charge so it stops hijacking your nervous system. And the result is that you no longer react to anxiety itself. Instead, you start responding to life with more clarity and calm without having to use force or willpower itself. Another question I get is, why don't traditional approaches always solve the root cause of anxiety? And it's really such an important question because therapy, medication, meditation, they're all valuable in their own ways, but they often fall short for one really key reason. They don't address the core identity issues behind anxiety. Therapy, for example, might help you unpack past experiences or understand why you're anxious, but insight alone doesn't always create change. Meditation is great for calming the mind, but if you're meditating with the same anxious identity or the part of you that always feels not good enough or afraid to fail, then the results are often just temporary. So the Anxiety Breakthrough Program is different because it helps you uncover and dissolve the anxious identity itself. This isn't about erasing who you are, it's about releasing the parts of your identity that are keeping you stuck in fear and self doubt. By working through a step by step process, you'll start to see how anxiety is tied to a more rigid sense of self, the perfectionist, the people pleaser, the overachiever. When we loosen the grip of these identities, something amazing really happens. Your essential self, the part of you that's naturally resilient and confident, begins to emerge. So, just to sum up, the Anxiety Breakthrough Program works because it addresses the root cause of anxiety, not just the symptoms. It creates emotional space and emotional energy. And it goes beyond these traditional approaches by helping you release the core identity patterns that keep your anxiety alive. So, again, this isn't just another coping mechanism, it's a complete shift in how you relate to yourself your emotions, and your life. And that's what makes it so transformative. So if you have any more questions about the Anxiety Breakthrough Program, please feel free to book a call. I don't do any hard sales. It's not a sales call. All I'm here to do is to listen to what your challenge is and give you a specific next step. All right, cheers.